This is the border of our biodiversity garden. Basically, it's a 3 acre plot, and then it's about 25 years I've been working on this place. And then this is one of the successful design of mine. So what you've done, that is a wall, granite wall, and it's a bit tall only because security and all. So along the wall, about uh, 10, some 15, 20 feet and all, you can leave as a boundary zone, a green boundary zone at the border of the property. And then this section should have a mixture of native trees. All kind of trees you can just cram it in without much logic whenever you get. And then the benefit of this multi-species border planting, I'll describe a little bit. One is enormous amount of carbon sequestration happens because those trees they drop these dead leaves. So this is this summer's leaf litter. So earth has become dark brown and quite porous because all this fallen debris is there, and then when it rains, even if it's a small rain, it will be absorbed by the ground because it's all loose and nice like that, crumbling humus formation. Then so every year we will get a huge amount of this leaf litter through and through along the border, you get it. And then it's because of these trees. Now what happens is these trees capture the sunlight, and then they make the leaves out of it, and then in the summer many of them shed the leaves. This is a dry deciduous zone, so most of the trees in the dry season they shed the leaves. We do have few evergreen, but by and large dry deciduous because this is in Bangalore. The leaves capture the carbon, and then in the season, in the summer season, it all drops down. So the floor area is covered with the dry leaf, a big amount. And then this border should have trees, mixed type of trees. That is, some hardwood has to be there because this farming doesn't fetch big amounts of money, and periodically any farmer or anybody, it's good to get some income if you want to spend on infrastructure and all. So I recommend these teak trees. So this tree is about 20 years old, and watering and all is being done because this border zone has to be necessarily rain fed. And then so it has become quite a fat, nice teak tree with climbers and all on it. And so you must have teak trees in the border because some of it you can harvest after 20-30 years, after long time. Then some fast growing trees also you need, like this one. This is Oroxylum indicum. This one you can have, and it doesn't become very big. It's a herb of Ayurveda and all, nice tree. So some mixture of smaller trees, light wood and all, faster growing things, and then slow growing teak. Then some Dioscorea and all are there. That is the shoots of that. And then this Amrutaballi, then bamboo, and then so one end is covered with these kind of multi-species trees. That more detailed, I'll write some details below, and I'll do more videos on this boundary section. And teak has to be there because it's a native, and teak trees capture huge amount of carbon. All the leaves are, its leaves are dry leaves are huge and thick, and they are excellent for growing vegetables and all, and which improves the fertility of the soil. So teak apart from being hardwood and all, and then mixed trees. And the other edge of that green hedge, this green boundary, one side is the wall, in between trees, shrubs and all kind of things you can plant. The other end you can have hibiscus, because even if it's rain fed, it gives flowers throughout the summer. You'll have flowers, and then it feeds some of the birds, that hummingbirds and all, they like that nectar, butterflies, etc. And it's evergreen, this hibiscus. So this jungly hibiscus you can plant. It will become big bushy formation, and then some costus we have planted here. Some kind of grasses, and then lagostemia. So hardwoods, softwoods, and then some climbers also, very important. People neglect climbers. You can have carandas, that is that carandicae. It's used for making pickle and all. This one, and then it has a white jasmine type of flowers in the summer, and then you get this. This one can be made into pickles. The ripe one is edible, grape type of plant. So that has become quite huge actually. And then climbed all the way up, right up to the top. So it creates a good habitat for little birds and all to make nests. And it's a kind of a wild thorny climber, ideal for birds, to have birds habitat. So you can have carandas and make pickle also in the season. Then sandalwood, when the Mimosa psalangi you can plant. And some of the other palms and all can be added, depending on what is available and everything. Bamboo, you can have few bamboos here. And then some trees will appear on their own, because birds will be dropping in this place. So through and through you can see the thick brown litter, leaf litter, that we can gather like this once a year and take it into the vegetable garden and all for use. This is all the accumulated stuff, we sweep it up. And then Melia dubia. This is fast growing. Within 10 years you will get this kind of height. It fetches some money also. They've used it for making some lorry wood and something. Melia dubia, it's called Huchbeu in Kannada. Fast growing timber tree of this dry deciduous area. It becomes quite tall. So if you plant teak and this one at the same time, this one will be ready for harvest in 10 years. Teak after about 30, 40 years and all, you can let it be. If you don't need money, it will last for hundreds of years. Then eagle marmalose, and then that curry leaf. This hibiscus plenty can be added everywhere. This is the number one plant of this, for these boundaries and borders, because it keeps the place cool inside. So the whole boundary goes on like that. And at the other edge of that boundary zone, we have planted hibiscus and costus and some of those shrubby plants. And then you can walk in and out. It's spacious enough. And after that green border zone, you have a road for going along, accessing the property along the boundaries. So one wall or fence, thick fence that side, cows and all shouldn't come in. Then mixed species of some 100 species trees can be added, all kind of trees, and then climbers, shrubby things, Euthani items and all that. And then at the other end, this hibiscus and all. So it closes off that section completely. All along it's there. And then you give the inner road to access the property, to check your boundaries, maintenance and all. And then at the other end of the road, one more green border zone with vitex, arthoda and all. And inside the main garden part starts at that side of the road. So by doing this, a lot of the green ambience is created. Sita Ashok also we planted. So ambience is created. It reduces the temperature internally by 2 degrees in Bangalore. outside my compound, my wall, and then inside 2 degrees difference in temperature. Then humidity is increased by 10% inside this kind of environment, micro environment in this kind of. If you do all these things, plant the green border and all, inner portion will have 10 degrees, 10% more humidity and moisture, 2 degrees less temperature. So the plants inside will have good ambience, and all that collected fallen debris, dead wood and all, can be used in the garden in many ways, or you can pile it up like that, and then once it decomposes a bit, it can be taken into the garden and added to vegetables, herbs and all. Then also some of this good tree, this one is brought by birds. This is that Carré arborea, fishtail palm. It does very well in Bangalore on its own. So you will get the benefit because birds will be coming and hanging out in this kind of place. They drop seeds of all kind of good item, plants and all. So this is a how you do the that boundary zone, and you can have this this one also. This is that gigantic tuber called Dioscorea. It also breaks up the earth and opens it up and takes out nutrients from underneath, makes the soil porous. All that happens with this Dioscorea. This must be some 10 or 12 years old. Big thing. So new. So that's how it looks. One part. New shoot is emerging. So all these kind of things can be added. Ferns also, some species of ferns. All this can be done in the border of your farm.